Just before we dive back into the episode, I wanted to quickly share something that might interest you, especially if today's conversation has got you thinking about your own sustainability work. Some of the things we hear most in this industry are, I wish I could connect with other people doing this work, or I'd love to turn my sustainability expertise into something more. Well, 51 to Carbon Zero, the sponsor of this podcast, have created their own referral network. And it does exactly that. This isn't about selling you something, it's actually about helping you make money while building the sustainability community we all need. So here's what's in it for you. First, you get to join a genuine community of sustainability experts who share knowledge, refer work to each other, and solve problems together. So, no more working in isolation. Secondly, there's real money involved. There's 10% plus commission on software referrals. We're talking about projects that go from 30 grand up to 100 grand. Plus, you'll be able to boost your presence by taking part in our fireside chats. I've actually got an email in front of me from Louise Stevens, one of the ambassadors, and it says that all her clients are genuinely happy because she's got a great partner and her clients love them. But here's the bigger picture. You'll be helping accelerate the sustainability transition that we all desperately need. Every referral, every connection, every collaboration moves us closer to the world we're all working towards. If this resonates with you and you want to earn some extra income, click the link in our show notes to become a 51 to Carbon Zero ambassador. Okay, back to the show. Welcome back to the Green Element podcast, where we feature business leaders and innovators transforming their operations to be more environmentally and socially sustainable. I'm your host, Will Richardson, and I can't wait to meet our guest today and help you on your journey of sustainability. Hi, Dom. Welcome to the Green Element podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. It'd be great to understand a bit about you and the organisation that you are a part of, Protect Our Winters, please.
Yes, thanks, Will, and thanks for inviting us on. Yeah, so I work for Protect Our Winters UK, or POWER UK, and we're the UK national chapter of what's become a bit of an international movement. There's more than 10 national POWER chapters now, since it was founded in the United States originally in 2007 by Jeremy Jones. So yeah, my background's as a sustainability manager and an engineer, and I work at POWER UK as our program manager. Brilliant. And excuse me for not understanding. So Protect Our Winters, is it to do with winters? And you know, could you tell us a bit more about the kind of ins and outs of who you're helping, please? Yeah, so POWER UK exists to inspire and equip UK-based outdoor communities to take positive action to address the climate crisis and to accelerate the transition to a carbon neutral society. So we're all about working with the outdoor community, the outdoor industry on climate change and bringing both of their voices together through campaigns to make political change about climate change as well. So yeah, we work with those three C's, and it's all about climate change and the impacts that will have on the outdoor industry, and in return, what those involved in the outdoors can do about it. And it really does make a massive impact on the winter seasons, doesn't it? I remember going along to one of your talks on the impact climate change is going to have on, say, ski resorts, and what is it, if we manage to stick to 1.5 degrees, then 90% of all ski resorts will carry on as normal? Or yeah, there's loads of different sort of stats you can throw around. Some of them are quite startling. So the difference between our current trajectory of around 3 degrees and below 2 degrees is the difference between 70% of snow volume being reduced or 30% of snow volume being reduced by later this century. There's loads of other statistics like that. So by mid-century, ski resorts under 1,200 meters are almost all not going to have enough snow to operate. Ski seasons have already reduced by about a month, the natural ski season, since the 1970s. But yeah, by the end of the century, it's really going to make a huge difference what we do in the next decade as to whether snow sports can exist in their current format at all. So that's really the foundation for POW to exist. That's where the idea for it came from. And now we're also finding that other outdoor sports are also engaged with protecting the outdoors and the playgrounds they enjoy. So it's grown into a movement wider than just snow sports now.
Brilliant. And so do you, as a charity, do you how do you get your money?
So we're, as you mentioned, a registered charity. So we get all our funding from donations and corporate partnerships. We don't actually get any money from the government. So it's all the community itself helping us to operate and helping us to act on climate change, really.
Okay. And what sort of things have you done to help alleviate climate change?
So we've got quite a few programs, and Protect Our Winters in the UK is much younger than it is in the United States. We've been around only since 2017. So it's only in the last couple of years that we've started having consistent staffing, but we've got a great team of volunteers and trustees behind us. And we've been running programs like carbon literacy training, where we've been training ski instructors and outdoor businesses and our own volunteers to understand climate change better, including those impacts on outdoor sports. And in the instance of instructors, I really have them being knowledgeable on the subject, being able to talk about it on the ski lift with their guests. And that's a really tangible way to relate climate change to people. Otherwise, a lot of people don't really see, if they're not getting involved in the outdoors or not relating it to something they care about, they don't have it communicated to them in a way that really has a tangible impact. So that's one of the programs we've been running is carbon literacy training. We also run political campaigns, for example, and campaigns for positive change. So a current example is Save the Ski Train. As you may have heard, the Eurostar direct train to the Alps was a great service. It had 80% reduction compared to flying to the French Alps, but it's not running this season. So this campaign has now evolved into making sure that it's clear that we want it back next season. It's really sort of the future of the low carbon snow sports industry, or a key part of that. And we've also got those more political campaigns, particularly in the lead up to COP26 next year. Those will be of increasing importance.
Brilliant. And you've also got a pledge, and this is to harness and help companies that are helping you guys. Could you tell us a bit more about it, please?
Yes, so the POW pledge really comes out of the fact that we had a program engaging with corporates and small businesses in particular that really didn't, they were coming to us wanting to know, right, we care about climate change, we understand why it's so important to deal with this, but we don't know what to do. Getting started can be quite difficult, and there's resources can be quite scattered, and you hear lots of different voices about what are the most impactful things to do. A lot of them are saying, right, we've done some offsetting, but we don't really know how to progress from here. So from that, we delivered this idea of the POW Pledge, which is a toolkit and a guide on climate action, particularly for those businesses in the outdoors industry, to take the 8 most impactful steps that they can on climate change to really get taking climate action and get to net zero. So it's all about being quite a lot less paperwork and less difficult to get started than some other certifications, and a lot more in one place than sort of visiting diffuse webinars and trying to formulate your sustainability strategy that way. So it's really a sort of one-stop shop to get your sustainability strategy sorted, particularly for smaller businesses that might not even have a person with the expertise to know what to do about climate change.
It's really unique, isn't it? It's I don't think there's anyone that's ever done anything like that before.
I think what's different about ours in particular is the fact that it's really based on the science of climate change. So some similar pledges might not be as unique to this sector, so it's very sector specific in terms of its communications and the way we engage with businesses, and they can then engage their customers, and also the fact that it really is pinned to getting businesses on sort of a science-based trajectory, trying to get to net zero 2040 or before, where we really need to be, and not sort of getting them to choose their own target or their own actions without considering whether that is getting them the trajectory they need to be to actually protect our winters.
And could you take us through the process that your pledge does for our listeners?
Yeah, for sure. So when you come to the website, first up, you come and register. The registration process itself is totally free, and then you're within the portal of the Power Pledge. So pretty much the whole, all the information on one page. As I say, we're trying to make it super condensed. This is where you go, and it will really help you set your eight most impactful actions in process. So yeah, once you're in there and it's free to register, then that information is at your fingertips to get you started. And then within that, there's loads of how pop-ups and why pop-ups for each of the eight steps to really help you with those and make sure that you can take that action. And if you do, continuing the process, if you manage to enter all the information, if you can set a high enough bar and meet our criteria with all of your answers, then you'll be able to qualify as a public pledger. So if you qualify as a public pledge, then you'll receive the logo and all the marketing assets to really shout about what you're doing, that you really have set targets that are in line with the 8 most impactful actions that you can take on climate change. So if you take that public pledge option, then you can talk about really widely what you're doing. And if you're not quite ready for that yet, you can sort of save your actions for now and sort of think on those and see if you can reach those at a later date.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And what have you seen? What's the take up been so far?
Yeah, as we're recording this, it's really quite newly launched. So we've had certainly more than 50 business organizations signed up so far, and I see new ones coming in every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're pretty pleased, and we're still sort of really reaching out to businesses and organizations, trying to get them on board. We're starting up webinars in support of really helping people to understand the process, and having calls with other businesses to try and help them complete. Because whilst we have 50 odd sort of registrations, getting in there, getting that climate action advice, what we really need to now do is hopefully help as many of them as possible reach the high tier of the public pledge.
That's brilliant. And that's 50 plus companies that haven't done anything before. So
essentially,
yeah, so that's really good. That's cool. The more companies that we can reach, the better, really.
Yeah.
So where do you see this going, and what do you where do you see the future with Protect Our Winters?
So for the Power Pledge itself, we'll hopefully continue adding more businesses and adding more advice, and making sure that the level of guidance is there for all of them to take as much action as possible, and to start to formulate a bit of a community around that. So a lot of the businesses that we've invited onto the Power Pledge were businesses that had already engaged with us through previous campaigns, and we hope that it will become a really powerful way for those businesses to come together, and we can bring together all the businesses that might be hotels that are struggling with particular steps. So one of the steps that's more novel to the Power Pledge is helping divest or making sure they're focusing on divesting from fossil fuels. And if there's a particular need for a new financial product, then we can ask on behalf of those businesses, say a group of hotels, we need this. There's a market for this financial product. Who's going to be the one to provide it for this industry? So I think there's a lot of future scope for improvements for how the pledge enables us to activate that outdoor community and business community. And then there's a lot of other projects that Protect Our Winters UK will be running, particularly in that lead up to COP. We've got a big campaign coming for that. So yeah, I think onwards and upwards.
Awesome. And how, if you want to help Protect Our Winters with the brilliant work that you do, how are we able to do that? For
sure. So definitely take take the Power Pledge if you're an organization, or register and start on those climate action steps. You can also sign up to our newsletter on our website, and you can get in contact with us via our website as well about becoming a sponsor of POW. Your support really does help us to take the climate action that we do. Just share us on social media as well. Introduce yourselves to us and get involved. We've got plenty of space for volunteers and sharing the ideas and hosting events. There's so many ways to get involved with this.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks, Dom. I mean, is there anything else that you want to add?
No, I think really it's just the fact that this is really obviously such a time pressing issue now to get started on climate change. So really what we're trying to do with all our projects is formulate this to sort of really start now. And that's where the Power Pledges come from, that it's not meant to be a really long and convoluted process. It really allows you to jump in. So my motivation would be to anyone just to get started and not wait for the perfect solution, and do what you can now.
Absolutely. I couldn't put it better myself. Yeah, no, perfect. Brilliant. Thanks, Dom. Thank you so much for being on today, and
thanks. Well,
actively good luck with the Power Pledge. And I should probably say at this point that we've at Green Elements and Compare Your Footprint have been helping behind the scenes on the pledge, just for pure transparency. But brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Will. Thanks for your help.
So you really enjoy sustainability and want to be a part of the solution? Come and join our vibrant community now. Book a call and we can talk more.